Hi, I'm Trey Kimball.
And I'm Zach Rivera, inviting you to tune in to SUTV for every play of the Shippensburg Raiders hardcourt action.
We bring you coverage of both the men and women's basketball teams right here on SUTV. Join us Wednesday when the Raiders take on Bloomsburg.
Tip-off is at 6.
Welcome back to SUTV News. Zach Rivera joins us for sports.
What is happening in the world of ship sports, Zach?
Well, we have highlights from the baseball team, and we also have the latest from track and field.
All right.
But first we begin with baseball. The Raiders baseball team was back in action Tuesday against Lock Haven. Our own Austin Schaefer has more.
It was a beautiful day for baseball at Fairchild Field as the Ship bats were just starting to heat up. Ship down 2-1 in the bottom of the fifth. Douglas makes it to third on an error by the right fielder. He'd go on to score, tying the game at 2. Bottom of the seventh, and what an inning it would be for the Raiders. Craig Lowe gets the triple to score 2 runs, putting the Raiders up by 2. Next batter, and Craig Lowe scores on the wild pitch. Raiders go up 6-3. Shippensburg would finish off the inning with this solo home run by Hollingsworth, putting the Raiders up by 4. And that would be the final as Shippensburg goes on to beat the Golden Eagles 7-3. For SUTV Sports, I'm Austin Schaefer.
The Raiders improved their record to 22-17 with the victory. The Diamond Dwellers weren't done. Ship hosted Wilmington University yesterday. Kyle Jurison has a recap of the action.
This past Wednesday, the Raider baseball team faced the Wilmington Wildcats. Wilmington took an early lead the first inning, leading Ship 5-1. Senior Tom Bush gave Ship some momentum after ending the 7th inning with a strikeout and a tag at second. Shortly after, junior Michael Douglas bunted, giving way to an RBI single. Unfortunately, after only scoring 2 more runs in the 9th inning, Ship ended up losing to Wilmington 6-4. Reporting for SUTV Sports, I'm Kyle Jurison.
Shippensburg has a record of 23 wins and 18 losses. There's only 4 games left this season. Let's hope they can end on a winning streak. The Shippensburg University Outdoor Track and Field Team will host their 9th annual Paul Kaiser Classic this Saturday at Seth Grove Stadium. Shippensburg welcomes squads from IUP, Millersville, Kutztown, and more. The men's hammer throw will kick off bright and early at 8:30 a.m. and a combined 10,000-meter run gets the track competition going at 10 a.m. So come out and support our Shippensburg athletes. One Shippensburg local is doing his part by watching over the community. Kyle Jurison has more.
City campus on King Street. Residents hear a familiar cheer. Go Steelers. This is Ralph Kiesman, or better known as the Steelers guy. Kiesman, a Ship local, loves cheering on his favorite sports team.
Steelers has the rings. 6 rings.
And when he's not hanging out at the local diner showing support for his team, he's out showing support for his friends at the local fire department and EMS building.
When we were down in town, he'd stop in every day. We'd all be sitting out front. He'd stop in, talk to us.
Kiesman also tries to do his part by patrolling the streets of Shippensburg.
You'll see him wearing a blue shirt, like a short sleeve one, looks like ours.
So next time you see Kiesman, show him your support. Reporting for SUTV News, I'm Kyle Jurison.
So I hear we still have some more football news coming up.
Yes, there is. The Coach Mack Show with Trey Kimball is coming up next, and then
right after that is SUTV's Cruise News comedy show, premieres its 4th episode.
I'm Perry Mattern. Thanks for joining us this evening.
And I'm Lucy Davis. Don't forget to check us out on our Facebook page and Twitter. Have a great evening.
That's pretty.
Welcome back to SUTV News. Zach Rivera joins us.
Zach, what's new in sports this week?
Well, this week we have highlights from lacrosse, and also we have some softball and baseball has been playing very well of late. But first we begin with lacrosse. The women's lacrosse team battled the 11th ranked Lock Haven Eagles. Trey Campbell has a recap of the action.
Shippensburg would strike first in the game, watch Courtney Kennedy get to the front of the net and make it 1-0 for the Raiders. Later in the first half, Ship now trailing 9-3, but Roxanne Brown scores on a free position to cut the lead down to 5. And only 30 seconds later, it's Lindsay Kennedy weaving in and out of defenders and going upstairs. Ship would trail at the end of the first half 9-6. Lock Haven controlled the rest of the game, though, and would go on to win confidently 19-8 over Shippensburg. Trey Campbell, SUTV Sports.
The team is 2-5 this season. The next home game is on April 5th against Edinboro. Shippensburg alum Neely Spence took 13th overall in the IAAF World Cross Country Championships in Poland Sunday. Spence helped USA claim 4th place among 29 countries by running a time of 25 minutes and 8 seconds in the 10K. The time automatically qualified her for her next race in Peyton, Jordan. We wish her the best of luck in her next race as she continues to represent Ship and the USA. Ship softball comes back from spring break with an amazing record. The team went undefeated for the first time in 7 years in Salem, Virginia, before heading down to Florida for the NTC Spring Games. They finished there with 8 wins and 2 losses for an overall of 13-2 during spring break. Junior pitcher Emily Estep pitched Ship's first 5-inning no-hitter since 2007. One player says the winning streak came alive when the bats did.
Didn't expect how well we actually did. I thought we were gonna do well. I just didn't expect how well we were actually gonna do. Our hitting was a big factor, especially coming together as a team, like just hitting one after another. We really hit well. I think it's a very good positive outlook. I think we're gonna really do well and have a great season this year.
The softball team starts PSAC play this Saturday against Kutztown at Robb Field. First pitch is at 1. The Raider baseball team is taking a special trip this weekend. Shippensburg will take on Kutztown this Saturday at Metro Bank Park in Harrisburg. Admissions is free to all fans. The baseball team is ranked 14th in the nation by the Collegiate Baseball Poll. The team is 16-5 this season. You know, it's kind of nice to see the baseball team playing in a professional ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely deserve it for the way they played this year. That'll be an exciting weekend for them.
We definitely wish them the best of luck. Well, that's it for SUTV News. I'm Lucy Davis.
And I'm Perry Mattern.
Don't forget to check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/SUTV News and follow us on Twitter at SUTV News. Thanks for joining.
The success for the Red Raider football team this year has also created success for the campus media covering them. Sam Stewart, sports editor for the Slate, has been covering the Red Raider football team all year.
Covering the football games has been actually pretty nice. When you have a team who's doing so well as the Raiders, you actually have a lot more that you can talk about.
As the Red Raiders continues to remain undefeated, quarterback Zach Zulli has thrived in the new spread offense.
6 on the board for the Red Raiders.
Right now, I think it's because Zach Zulli has been in this offense for years.
After the win against the number 4 Bloomsburg Huskies, the Red Raiders hope to cap the year off with a long playoff run, ending it with the championship. I'm Zach Rivera for SUTV Sports. David Goff grew up in the inner city of Philadelphia, but he is now a senior at Shippensburg University. For Dave, Philadelphia and Shippensburg are 2 very different places to live in.
The crime rate is low. What you have out here is a bunch of older people or college students that's here to focus on school rather than in Philly.
Getting a good education is one of the very few pathways to get out of the city life.
Because I've seen that's the key to getting out of the hard situation that I've grown up in.
With finals week approaching, we wish all the students and Dave luck as they close out the semester. I'm Zach Rivera, SUTV News.
Pick things up in the second half, Ship leading 32-28. Watch Sarah Strybuck drain this three to increase the lead. Shauna Wirt will get a pass from her sister Dana and throws up a nasty step-back jumper. Raiders lead 53-50. Dana Wirt gets in on the action too. Look at the fake, the drive, and the finish off the glass. Ship would control the rest of the game and win 72-62. Now, it was senior night for Millersville. The men tried to spoil the festivities. Watch Dylan Edgar finish off the glass to cut the Marauders' lead to 12. Reggie Charles, folks, has been hot lately, and he continued that trend last night. Charles, with a beautiful jumper, cuts into Millersville's lead. And Charles was all over the court last night. Watch this. He slams this one down with authority, but it wasn't enough. Ship loses a tough one, 83-69.
Wrestling is quite the blow to our sport, because I mean that's all we have really to look forward to after our collegiate here at college and everything. You know, that's what you kind of build your dreams off of. You know, you're watching those guys on TV when you grow up, and that's why you really want to get into the sport, because you know you see guys out there accomplishing those gold medals, getting to see your flag raised like that, and now all of a sudden we're just kind of being cut out.
There's no professional wrestling. It's the Olympics, and that's it. You don't have like the NFL and MLB, stuff like that. It's just the Olympics or nothing.
Cross country and all that. So then they offered. Might be on last Thursday because
Guard Shauna Worth left the game with what appears to be a left calf injury. She went back into the locker room for further evaluation. Let's hope that the injury isn't too serious and she can get back on the court with her teammates. Now back to Trey and Austin at the desk. Guard Morgan Taylor left the game with what appears to be a head injury and went back to the locker room. Meanwhile, Shauna Worth returned to the bench with what appeared to just be calf cramps, and she's looking to return and help the Lady Red Raiders seal the victory. Now back to Trey and Austin at the desk. Hello, and I'm now here with head coach Christy Turn. What were some of the key factors in getting this win tonight?
Well, this was definitely a team win for us. We had a lot of people step up and come out on the court and get the job done. We had 2 injuries here that took 2 key players off. Caitlin Dieter came in and did a great job. But I think a lot of credit's got to go to senior Dana Wirt, getting her 1,000th point, having 21 points, 6 assists. Shauna, before she got injured, having 7 assists. Sarah Strybuck coming out with another big game. Team effort. They really fought back after being down, and I'm really proud. This is a win we haven't had in a long time against Westchester.
Now, do you feel like this win will be a momentum builder heading in, going forward?
I certainly hope so. We felt our Cal win would be the momentum builder, and then we came out a little flat the next game. So we're heading on the road to East Stroudsburg, which is a very difficult place to play, and we're possibly going to be down 2 players. So we've really just got to focus on doing the job that we did tonight in every single game out. And it really is great to see Caitlin Bamberger back out on the floor, getting some more action. She's worked really hard to get herself back from that ACL. So I think our momentum's definitely moving up, but we want to take it 1 game at a time.
All right, thank you, Coach Turn. Now back to Trey and Austin at the desk. Who's playing better defense? Who's rebounding the ball, and continuing to get to the free throw line.
You know, the thing that caught my eye the most in that first half was Shippensburg, as usual, came out a little bit antsy. They, had to get a feel for things, so to speak. But what did they do? They do what they do best every night, every game. They waited, they were patient, and they then attacked. And from then on out, it was a back-and-forth affair, but by the end, Shippensburg took control.
You can see Shippensburg got adjusted, they got more comfortable, and was able to get good shots off.
It's going to be an interesting second half. Stay tuned here for more additions and more action here tonight for Lady Raider and Red Raider basketball. As Dana Wirt now coming out, we see Gildia out there, Dieter, Mariah Trawick. So a move here by Turn to let some of her younger, more inexperienced players get out on the court and get some time.
Yeah, get some time, get some experience against a good Millersville team.
Just about 20 seconds remaining. Ball was knocked loose, and Trawick again with it. The dying seconds, and she's still fighting that hard for the loose ball.
Like I said, she's the X factor. She brings that hustle, that toughness mentality to this team.
An excellent pass, dishing out. Piran tries to windmill, but his shot goes off the bottom of the backboard and is no good.
You got to go up there with confidence. Expect the contact. Don't be scared.
Nonetheless, the shots doesn't go in. A double team now by Shippensburg. Almost taken away, I'm hearing. Trying to get away to the inside, but much like last week, Shippensburg is closing down the inside very well.
Yeah, you don't want no team trying to get the inside.
Just under a minute remaining, 30-24 the score. Stoppage of play here as Charles was carrying down the court. I believe he drew the foul.
Hopefully this would be a shooting foul. He kind of tried to shoot that ball up.
It looked as if he was going up to make the layup or pull up and drop in a nice little touch. And that is the case as Reggie Charles will go to the line.
And that's a smart play by such a young player, understanding where he's at on the court and getting to the free throw line even if the shot's not there.
Reggie Charles may be a sophomore, but he doesn't play like it, folks. As I said earlier, the second most experienced player on this Red Raider team. Shippensburg is doing everything they can to keep this lead.
Yeah, Shippensburg definitely fighting. They're still hustling like they were in the first half, so they're still being aggressive. But Millsville's, their full court trap is really hurting Shippensburg's offense right now.
As you said, they came out of the locker rooms for the start of this half, really took it to the Red Raiders, didn't let them come over the half-court line and set up. They're being aggressive. It's working for them. They don't have the lead yet, but if they keep it up, they have a good shot at getting it back.
Plenty of time in this game. 15 minutes to go. Anything can happen.
Remember, the rebounds were being controlled by Shippensburg. But I got to say, after that last one, Millersville started to do a good job of fighting at both ends of the court, Zach. Get those rebounds and fight for it. And then those quick transitions. Once they get those, that's the key. They do so well pushing the pace with the transitions. If they get those rebounds, they're going to get the transitions and the ability to get the points off of them.
They're grabbing the rebounds, and their big man's pushing out to the outlet pass, and that's what's giving them their fast break points.
And that's probably where you're going to get the best area to go is mid-range. There it is, the quick inbound, not much time, 2, 1. No, it doesn't fall for Reggie Charles. The Red Raiders drop another tight game. So close.
That's a heartbreaker for Shippensburg. You did not need a three-point shot.
You didn't, but with the time winding down like that, Charles saw he had the opportunity. He tried to drop it, just didn't go, went off the back of the rim. Nonetheless, as we said before, this shows the leadership and the potential that this Red Raider team has.
Very exciting game, a very great game tonight.
It's been unreal, but Shippensburg just couldn't quite pull this one out. 63-62, they dropped this one against Millersville. Until next time, it'll be about a month, folks. I'm Trey Kemmel alongside Zach Revere saying thank you and tune in for the next edition of Red Raider Basketball. Thank you and good night. We're underway for what, once again, could be the final time at Higas Fieldhouse, and Shauna Wirt will set things up for this high-powered offense.
And Shippensburg trying to work down in the low post, down to an hour very early on.
Lyles at the top. We see an off-ball foul against Sarah Strybuck, and that will be Millersville basketball.
You just got to be playing. You have to play smarter than that. You don't want to get an off-ball foul when you have the possession of the basketball. You want to try to get good shots, get a good play in.
And going the other way, the Millersville starters, Maisha Kuzmins, Yasmin Cooper, Ariel Mosley, the key player for them, Mashira Newman, and Carly Gallagher rounding out the Marauders offense.
And Shippensburg's doing exactly what you wanted to do when they were double teaming down the low block.
Either way, though, that's an excellent spin move by Cousins. As you said, beautifully defended. There's not much Ship can do there. That's a perfect executed play by Millersville. Now we see a charging call against Shippensburg, and it will be Marauder basketball again.
And the Marauders came in with a chip on their shoulder, understanding that they lost 2 of the games early in the regular season. Now it's a whole new season. It's playoffs. It's one game and done.
Records are out of the books now.
Like you said, Trey, records are out of the books. It's no question that they're going to play hard tonight.
This is the beauty of playoffs. No matter what sport you're playing in, once it's playoffs, it's all down to who is playing the best tonight. The previous games mean nothing. The previous years mean nothing. It's all about now. Who has the hot hand? And right now, it's Millersville.
Great defense for these last 4 seconds. Don't let them to get a bucket or a foul. You want to go into halftime only trailing down 5.
Good defense by Dieter. Almost out of time. No good. And that will end the first half here at Higas Fieldhouse. Shippensburg putting forth a valiant effort in the last couple seconds, but they're still trailing by 5. The score 30-25 in favor of Millersville. This has been a strong first half, back and forth. It's going to be interesting to see what Shippensburg does in the second half.
Yeah, in the second half, Shippensburg just has to do a better job offensively, getting either better shots off or driving to the baskets and getting layups or easy buckets.
It's going to be of interesting note. We'll rejoin you in about 12 minutes here at Higas Fieldhouse. Stay tuned for more playoff Raider basketball action. Shippensburg, consequently, their high-powered offense hasn't been able to do a whole lot here tonight.
The offense hasn't done well. Shippensburg really hasn't defended well here tonight. Not boxing out. There's been a lot of mistakes on every end of the basketball court for Shippensburg.
So it is now 59-40, a foul being taken by Shippensburg. They're now at the time where they're going to intentionally foul and send them to the line. Taking a shot here, looked like it was tipped just before the shot clock was getting low. And I believe a foul being called against Shippensburg.
Hey, she's going to get 3 shots because she was behind the arc right there.
And Coach Tern will embrace some of her seniors for the final time in their careers as basketball players here at Shippensburg University. As the final seconds will just really have to tick off here.
Yeah, it's been a good game that Millersville brought. They brought it, like we said earlier. It's such a heartening loss because this team has so much potential to win a championship and make a long run in the playoffs.
Wirt sisters, Bamberger, Riles, Morgan Taylor, so many players who have played so hard their entire careers. And for them to lose it this way is tough for many Shippensburg fans, for all Shippensburg fans, and for the community to see.
They're seniors, and they knew that their time was now.
Ladies and gentlemen, that will do it from Higas Fieldhouse. Millersville has come in and shocked the Raiders 42-62. Millersville with a huge win. They will go on to the PSAC semifinals and end Shippensburg's unbelievable season.
Yeah, Shippensburg had a great season, great regular season. They just didn't bring it tonight, and tonight was one of the most important nights you want to bring it. Now that it's playoff time. You got to give a lot of credit to Millersville. They did a great job offensively and defensively and really brought it.
I'm Zach Rivera for SUTV Sports.